We're going to look at solving two-step equations word problems on Khan. Last month, Margot bought a tree that grows 2 centimeters each day. It was 5 centimeters tall when she bought it, and now it is 65 centimeters tall. Write an equation to determine the number of days D Margot has owned the plant. So typically in these two-step word problems, there's going to be a starting number and then we're going to be adding or subtracting the number it's going up or down by, and that second number, the increase or decrease, is going to get multiplied by the variable, because that's what's varying based on time, right? So in this problem, the tree starts at 5 centimeters tall. So 5 is our starting number. It's going up, because it's growing, 2.5 centimeters each day. So that 2.5 is going to get multiplied by the number of days, right? If it's been 1 day, it's grown 2.5 centimeters. If it's been 7 days, it will have grown 2.5 centimeters times 7. And then the final part is it's now 65 centimeters tall. So our equation is 5 plus 2.5d equals 65. Starting number is 5, that's the height of the tree. It's going up by 2.5 centimeters per day, and it ends up at 65. Now it says find the number of days Margot has owned the plant. Well, that is asking us to solve this two-step equation. So our first step is going to be subtracting 5 from both days, from both sides of the equation. And it doesn't have to do with this plus here that we're subtracting 5 to undo the 5. It has to do with the fact that it's a positive 5. So we're going to subtract 5 from both sides, and we get 2.5d equals 60. And that makes sense, because if it started at 5 centimeters and it's now 65 centimeters, it's grown 60 centimeters. And it's growing 2.5 centimeters a day. So now if we divide 60 by 2.5, divide both sides of this equation by 2.5, we'll find how many days it's been growing. And I'm going to do a little mental math. 60 divided by 2.5 is the same thing as 120 divided by 5. I just doubled both of those numbers. And I know that's 24 days. Okay, let's try another one. Anne took a taxi home from the airport. The taxi fare was $2.10 per mile, and she gave the driver a tip of $5. Anne paid a total of $49.10. Write an equation to determine the distance in miles between the airport and Anne's home. Okay, so this one's slightly different but similar as well. Here, it's not as much a starting number as something that's a fixed price. The fixed number is $5, right? That $5, the tip, has nothing to do with how many miles she traveled, right? It's not she's tipping the driver $5 for every mile or $5 for every 30 minutes of the ride. No, it's just $5. That's it. What's variable, what's changing based on the distance in miles, is this $2.10, because it's $2.10 per mile, or for each mile. And I would use m for miles, but they tell us to use x, so we'll use x. And then the price of the ride is $49.10. So equation can be 5 plus 2.10x equals 49.10. Now if you want, you could switch around the 5 and the 2.10x. on the left side, right? Addition is commutative, so you can do those in either order. So I'll leave it like that to show you that. Find the distance between the airport and Anne's home. Well, let's subtract away that $5 tip. We're going to subtract away the $5 tip to see how much she owed just based off miles. So we get 210x equals 4410. Now we divide $44.10 by $2.10. And I get 21 miles. All right, we'll do one or two more. 64 is 4 times the difference between Sarah's age, A, and 44. Assume Sarah is older than 44. Write an equation to determine Sarah's age. Okay, so here we're going to take it piece by piece. 64 equals 4 times something. 4 times what? The difference between Sarah's age, A, and 44. And we're assuming Sarah's older than 44, so we're going to put her age first. And difference means subtract. So 4 times A minus 44. 64 equals 4. Now we don't need that multiplication symbol in front of the parentheses, right? Because if we just stick the 4 in front of the parentheses, it implies multiply. Find Sarah's age. Well, let's divide both sides by 4 to get rid of this 4 in front of the parentheses. We get 16 equals A minus 44. Now we can add 44 to both sides. Because if A minus 44 is 16, then A is 16 plus 44. And we get that Sarah is 60 years old. Oops. Carl is boarding a plane. He has 2 checked bags of equal weight and a backpack that weighs 4 kilograms. The total weight of Carl's baggage is 35 kilograms. Write an equation to determine the weight W of each of Carl's checked bags. Well, he's got 2 bags. Now I would use B, but they're using W, so that's fine. 2 bags, they each weigh W, plus the backpack we know weighs 4, and that equals 35. So now we have a 2-step equation, which we can solve by subtracting 4 from both sides. So those 2 bags weigh 31 pounds. And dividing by 2, we would get that each bag weighs 15.5 pounds.